Yulia saw her mother only 3 times in her life. The first time was when she was born. Amidst the grandmother's crying, Yulia's mother packed her things and left, taking a job offer in another country. When she entered university, her mother returned from that far-off place to see her daughter. Incidentally, Yulia turned out to be a spitting image of her. When Yulia decided to get married, her mother was the only family she had left, though they didn't even correspond. What's the point? They hardly knew each other. What was there to talk about? How she met the guy. Her mother didn't even know how Yulia met her own father. And Yulia didn't meet her father right away either. She was 5 years old when he came to pick her up from kindergarten. This had been arranged with the kindergarten's administration the day before. Her grandmother wanted the girl to have some interaction with one of her parents. "Your bows are small," he joked, but it fell flat. Yulia was a smart girl and understood a lot already. She was indifferent to her father's appearance. Today he came, tomorrow he will leave again. "I need to go home," Yulia told him. "Of course, but first, let's go to a cafe." "Okay." They talked a bit, businesslike. The girl reported dutifully on who her friends were in the group. He was touched by how wonderful she was. Her grandmother met them at the exit. All their family relationships were like that. Her father rarely, once every 2 years, took her to a cafe. For the remaining 700 days, he was somewhere else. Yulia didn't get used to him. He didn't bring any money. He considered himself above all material things. Her mother, having packed her things, never even visited. But she sent money regularly and on time. With the advancement of technology, it became easy to transfer money to a bank card. A lot. More than enough for Yulia and her grandmother. Her father has been missing for about 7 years now. Her grandmother managed to get Yulia into university and see her graduate. That was it. The girl, without hesitation, informed her mother. Her mother promptly transferred a large sum to Yulia's account for all necessary expenses. There was no talk of sympathy. Her mother took the news of the wedding with unexpected interest. "Name the date." "We haven't decided on a date yet." "Then I'll be at your place next Saturday." She arrived. Yulia didn't recognize the charming, fairly young woman as her relative. She called her mom and tried to please her but didn't feel any kinship. "Coffee? Compote?" Yulia sat her mother on the most comfortable chair in the house. She had prepared for the meeting for 2 days. Everything around sparkled with cleanliness. Vegetables were specially bought. "You love them, Mom." "Call me Alia," her mother suggested. "It will be easier for both of us." She was right. "You probably want to attend the wedding." "But it's not happening now." "I've never liked weddings." "Too hasty," Alia replied. "I'm not even buying for a salad. Besides, you know, I have work." Yulia turned to the window. Unpleasant. Even after so many years, it was still unpleasant. "I came about property matters." This was the end. Yulia couldn't ask what it was about. It was already clear that her mother would say she was selling the grandmother's apartment and that Yulia had a month to move out. There were no wills. "Tomorrow we'll start transferring your apartment to you." Her mother said something Yulia didn't expect to hear. "This is not the only reason I came. I know our family didn't work out. You probably feel sad about that. But I help financially. And I will continue to do so. I won't leave you without money or a place to stay." She didn't leave her. The apartment where Yulia grew up was fully transferred to her. And her mother had an additional gift, another apartment. "If you want, you can rent it out, save up for something. Or sell it. Or keep it for your future child. Yulia found it hard to understand her mother's emotions. Alya didn't look at her daughter. She had done the most she could. Parenting was not her thing. But making money, she was good at. Did the news of the wedding affect you that much? Yulia clarified. I've been planning to do this for a long time. I needed to properly transfer the apartment to your grandmother too. I was preparing a gift. Regarding the wedding, probably so. I don't know you well, and I don't know your fiancé at all. But I know people. Believe me, it will be better if all this is yours before the marriage. Her mother didn't attend the registration. She returned home earlier. She didn't loudly announce the 2 apartments she had given to her daughter. But Yulia told her fiancé about the gifts. And the first question Oleg asked after the wedding was, when will we start processing the gifts? There are no problems, everything is already done, Yulia replied. How come? Her mother-in-law intervened, your family now. Does that mean you deceived us from the start? Her mother's advice came in handy.